All right, come on, hurry up. Everyone find your seats. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, fam? Welcome to the show. No, listen. no. Look. Even though the normal amount of people that watch my show are not watching yet, I'm still gonna drop news in a minute. Dead, imitated, never duplicated. That fool with no hair that shouts like Ric Flair. Woo! Woo! The R8RBEAR! Alright, so I started losing my voice there. Everything moved. Alexa, hush! Tradish! R8RBEAR! First comment, woo! MVP tonight on YouTube goes to the young up-and-coming contender. That is Mark Bear Bargus. Mark, what's up, man? You're kind of on Jim's lawn right now. I guarantee you he's mad about this. I'm serious. Now, not like genuinely mad. He's a complete gentleman. He's not really mad. Second place, sorry, Jim Vanderland, the heavyweight champion of YouTube, right here in second place. Hey, he gets all the praise when he wins. He just didn't win tonight. Come on, Jim. What are you doing? Third place, my bronze medal goes to John the Lion! Leon! John, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. You almost got a silver tonight. Jim was kind of slipping. I think he fell asleep on the recliner in the front room watching the basketball playoffs. Okay, for my peoples on Facebook, I give you the heavyweight champion of the world, defending his belt with pride, not falling asleep on the recliner, eating a TV dinner, watching the NBA playoffs, shouting at players. Oh, come on, Patrick Ewing. Come on, get him. Dustin King! Sub DK, welcome to the show. Looking good for someone who has the heavyweight title to show up in first place like you're supposed to. Second place, silver medal, Lucky Pace LP. Sup, brother? Welcome to the show. If you can get that whole Barry Manilow voice down, I can start booking places for you, and we just call you LP. People lose their mind. Third place, my bronze medal goes to Tony Make It Dip! Mr. Dip, winner of my package last week. I mean my auto stuff, you know, all the auto stuff. So Tony, I'm going to get to that to you very shortly. If you haven't already, leave your mailing address information with R8RBEAR family page. I don't know why I'm talking so much with my hands at this moment, but it just felt like the right thing to do. So I went with it organically, as though somehow it was defining what I was saying. Herman Gonzalez Jr., what's up? I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm in a very good mood. My neighbor had me really laughing about something a minute ago, which I honestly can't tell you what it is. You have those like battles with housing authorities every once in a while. Well, my neighbor's having a good one, and I feel bad, but I don't. But I feel bad, but I don't about the fact that he's fighting for an issue that I have with the city as well. But I'm just like, yeah, if you're going to be the bullet shield, run out there and tell him how bad it is. But I got your back, brother, 100%. And I do. If there's going to be a vote or they want people to sign petitions or whatever, I'll be right there. You know what I mean? But as far as running out in the middle of it right now and being the person who opens fire to start the whole thing, yeah, I don't mind that he wants to be that. I don't mind that. But I'll speak what I have to speak. I just thought it was kind of foolhardy to go right out in front like that. And, for example, when you hear this sound, that means that someone has contributed stars to the show, and stars contributed to the show go directly to charities like the Kind Fund, Kids in Need of Desks. It's a fund that helps kids in Africa get to school. We've already sent 28 kids when we pledged only 13. We thought 13 was going to be a hard number to get, and then we ended up doubling that. So, pretty cool. And also, we work with St. Jude's and early onset cancer, and we're helping the families by getting contributions from people like you and sending it forward. The parents don't have to pay for the operations for their children when they're diagnosed with cancer, which is awesome. And also, we also work third and last but not least, we work with Punks for Autism. I'm doing the thing with my hands again. And we work with Punks for Autism, and that's near and dear to my heart. My brother-in-law, just brother, I slip up with that sometimes. My brother works with Punks for Autism, and he was one of the people that started it. And me and his sister, being my wife, we helped support it and brought it along, and it's been doing really well now. Let's see, Troy Gill, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Good to see you, Bob Standard. Okay, where's the biggest problem right now with the Raiders right now? Now, everyone's saying linebacker or secondary. Now, obviously, some people would say initially offensive tackle, but we have made a lot of moves there that look like we may have shored up the problem there. And if we haven't, I'd be surprised. I mean, we've got two veterans who brought in for the right side, both at guard and tackle. We brought in a guy in DJ Glaze who's familiar with playing tackle on the right side and can be moved inside to right guard. And then you've got Thayer Mumford, who's been proved every year, and last year took another jump and was a part of why those last 8 to 9 games we looked really good for Antonio Pierce and him getting his full-time job. And welcome everyone to the show. Bradley Wolf, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Been too long. Steeler Val. Hi, Steeler Val. Hi, Tommy. Alfonso Cortez Jr. How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. So, in my opinion, linebacker, we brought in this kid, Eichenberg. Now, I'm going to be honest. I am 100% on Eichenberg. 100%. I love that guy. Now, for example, I'm not 100 on Glaze. DJ Glaze, to me, looks like somewhat of a project. I think that he can be good. I think that he can develop for us, but I don't know if we should have spent the pick that we spent on a guy that in reality looks somewhat developmental to me. Now I'm being honest. You guys know how I am. I've been right about most of these things, but I was wrong on Colton Miller. I did see that. I thought Colton Miller. Now I was right initially, obviously, because when he came into the league, he was bad. His rookie season, he was bad. But then he was bad at high school at the rookie level. He was bad in college at the rookie level, and I knew that from having studied him. So to see him have a bad rookie season with the NFL, I should have put 2 and 2 together and just recognized that's his MO. He has bad opening seasons. But then when he feels the you know what I mean? It's like a guy that needs a lot of training with other boxers before he actually boxes. Even if he's tough and smart and all those things, and then he goes into a match, it's not the same. He's got to go in against actual boxers, feel the rhythm, where they move, how to cut them off, what punches to throw, how to set your feet when you throw them, etc., etc., etc. All these things are hard to learn, and I just think that moving forward, we look good at linebacker. I'm going back. I don't want to get too off track. We're looking really good at linebacker. I personally, I like Eichenberg. I think we look good there. I love the jump that Masterson's taken. I thought Masterson took a jump last season. So, the way he looks now, all the better. And then Spillane, Robert Spillane is the kid we brought in from the Steelers, who I told you, and Steeler Val will back me up on this because I told every one of you, she was watching my show, and I told every one of you, we're going to love that guy. You know, Robert Spillane can play. And we actually brought in 2 linebackers from Pittsburgh, and I said, you know, I'm not too much for the other guy, but the Spillane kid, let's go. That guy's a general. And we got him in there, and he's been nothing but a starter and a tough guy with the green dot, calling out plays and so on. So I want to see more of that. Now, to me, the problem is, where is our greatest weakness then? Beyond Jones, okay, at corner, and Nate Hobbs, you know, you're still tinkering with Jacorian Bennett and, you know, a few guys that we brought in to see if they're going to be good enough. Sorry, I have part of what I was going to talk to you about right here. Let me see here. Yeah, see, Jack Jones and Hobbs are going to be no big deal. I mean, we all understand that. Brandon Faison is the veteran on the team. Cornell Armstrong, I'm still kind of on the fence about Armstrong. DeCamarion Richardson and Devonshire, you know, we'll see how that works out. Sam Webb's also with the team. I personally, I've always liked Sam Webb. I like that he's a veteran. Plus, when you consider we're going to be running a 3-4 that plays man every once in a while, at least that's what Patrick Graham was doing most of the year. He seemed to be running a 3-4 that would flex every once in a while and turn into sort of a, well, I don't want to go as far as saying a prevent, but it would turn into more of like a nickel from a 3-4. And he's going to be trying a nickel cover. So he's trying to develop that. But I think that's going to change with the defensive tackles we have. With these defensive tackles we have up front, now Tyree Wilson just has to be good. Now we just need him to just be good. Because with Adam Butler back, okay, Jenkins back, the big center, the monster center we brought in from the Dolphins, okay, had a great season, he's going to have another good season. Okay, then you have Max and Kuntz coming off the edge, and our new kid, Christian Wilkins, pressure in the middle. He's going to be nice. So it's going to be nice. And he came into his own that last season with the Dolphins. You know, he's going to do some nice things for us. Ramiro Cashflow Castro, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. The voice is giving out some pickle tea. We'll clear that right up. No, I'm not about pickle anything. Mark Vargas said, Bear, I'm 57 years old. Well, you're a kid, I thought. John Rogers Jr. said, every time it says it's live, there's 16 people at once. I don't think I'll get lucky to get a bronze this time. Oh, I'm sorry, John. Toronto, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Glenn Medina, I see you there. Bear. All right, let me keep going. I want to catch up with you guys. Jim said he was out of town and I posted 2 hours early. Hey, no, I don't want excuses. Okay, were your shoelaces tied? Your dog ate your homework? Huh? Go sit down. No. Glenn Medina, my shipping is not sus. It's just late often, that's all. Got my 3-year-old grandson yelling, R8RBEAR! Let's go, grandson. Tony Carpenter, what's up, love? Welcome to the show. The results came out back, and Mark Davis is not the father. Well, first, I find the story less interesting that he's not the father. So, and to be quite honest with you, it's pretty bad how hot that story got because from what I understand, the young lady the blonde, that was sitting next to Mark Davis, the eye candy, apparently she's some sort of social media influencer. I'm not going to say of what because I don't know what she's social media influences. I honestly don't. But it turns out not only is he not the father, but she had announced it quite a long time ago. And I guess she's even with the guy who's the father of the baby. So she didn't understand where all that came from. Well, we can tell you, young lady, it came from dirty minds who wanted to get Mark Davis embarrassed, in trouble, or hopefully guess right. And then find out later he really was sleeping with a girl that he's like 3 times her age. Not just once or twice. Hi, Corinna. No apologies necessary. Benny Arriaga, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Doc Raider said, greetings, Raider Bear. I thought I'd have the day off today, but late this afternoon sometime showed up with a large sack of reports, so I've been working from home, and I'm taking a much-needed break. Right on, wise man. Anna Diaz, Rincon, my first supporter ever. Hi, love. Chris Robinson, O-line should be much better this year. Chris, welcome to the show. I hope you had a great time this weekend with your pool party. Please keep me in mind. I meant that very seriously. I felt terrible that I couldn't make this one. But when you're doing your next one, and I know you've got a few coming up, but when you do, hit me up and we'll do this. I'd love to get out. Dorothy Bell, what's up, love? Welcome to the show. Old school, always there for R8RBEAR. Mwah. It's one of the Bears' angels. Chris Robinson said Glaze is a 2-year project. You know what? Honestly, we're in agreement, Chris. I mean, I know I said it already. Now I'm reading your question, but yeah, we're in total agreement. Glenn Medina, I honestly think we do need more of a linebacker presence than we even do cornerback. And I mean that seriously. Our cornerbacks are super young. Okay, I think it's, 9 of 11 guys are 24 years or younger, except for Faison and Sam Webb, who I happen to like. And Faison, him and Patrick Graham, our defensive coordinator, know each other real well. And so to play in his system, he'll be totally normal. And Graham will know him and his talents and what he is. You know what I mean? He's a veteran guy that doesn't have twitch quick speed, but he understands his scheme as well or better than anyone. And so when Graham calls plays that have him involved, he'll know what's going on. And that's always an asset. Glenn Medina, we are not going to lose Hobbs. We can't afford to be honest with you. James Farrell, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Now, what I was going to say was, yeah, CB is our weakness. Now, Glenn, as you say that, and we have been hearing that from people a lot, I want to comment on this. And Chris Robinson, give me your comment on this too. Glenn Medina, give me your comment on this too. I'm interested in how you see this. Okay, so here we go. So with the cornerback situation being somewhat dire, because let's be honest, beyond Jones and Hobbs, everyone is real young, real green, or too old. Because Sam Webb is nice, but he's too old. Faison is real nice. I love Faison, but he's like an Andrew Iguodala was at the end of his NBA career. Someone that'll hit a three here and there and hit a dunk here and there. Maybe even get a great defensive play here and there. But if you expect 45 minutes out of him, you're not going to get it. You know what I mean? He's too old now. That's kind of what we're seeing with Faison. So Faison will get snaps, though. I guarantee it. You guys are going to see Faison. And you're going to be surprised he's out there where he's at. He's going to be on an island sometimes with guys because he can still run and he can still play. And he absolutely can support the run. That's the biggest part of his game because he's a bigger corner. You know what I mean? But we got guys coming out. I mean, man, I let me go to my trusty notepad here. We have guys coming up against us this year that are just okay. Kansas City Chiefs signed Xavier Worthy. Okay, he ran a 4.21 40. Okay, before I could say who the hell is Xavier Worthy, he blew past me and I didn't see him. 4.21, man, is crazy. That's blink your eyes and he's gone. You know what I mean? And so we need speed. Now we do have speed in Carrion. I'm not going to say all their names, but Jacorian Bennett and our two of our new corners have genuine rocket speed, but not 4.21. They run 4.37, 4.35 was one of them, 4.45 was another one, but no one's broke 4.2. No one's broke 4.2. He ran 4.21. God, that's fast. John Rogers Jr., what's up, man? Welcome to the show. I'm off of Jacorian Bennett. He's going to get beat out by a rookie. Chris Robinson, let's get more from OTAs. This week we'll get more. Was it this week or next week? Next week, I think maybe. We'll be able to get more of an eye on the rest of OTAs. And then hopefully, if they aren't finished, we'll get more of an idea of how he's doing in camp. No, no, Glenn Medina, no, there'll be none of that. He's a classic fast guy that doesn't excel at his position like Hayward Bay. Okay. Michelle Manici, thank you, Bear. My gifts of love them. I have Given so busy, I've been so busy lately. Every time I think of come on and saying thank you for something comes up, and I get sidetracked. I was hoping to hear I won, and they are perfect. Just need to decide how to display it till I get jacket to put patch on. Thank you so much. You're very welcome, Michelle Minichi. By the way, for everyone else listening, that was saying my that my shipping is sus. There's a happy customer right there. Perfect timing, Michelle Benici. No, John Leon, I don't know if our future owners aren't born yet. He's not going to have, Davis isn't going to be able to keep the team that long. I don't think he will anyway. Mark Davis called and said to tell you pimping ain't easy. You know, honestly, I think that was just him doing something for a social media influencer that just somehow had the right circles and got in his ear, and he said, sure, why not, probably. You know, Mark Davis is harmless. You know what I mean? He's an idiot, but he's harmless. Corona! To hello! Oh, and my man, Pinky out all the way. All the way across an ocean from the land of whiskey and crumpets, my man, KB, Candy Blair! Appreciate the love, brother. Always there for Raider Bear. Steven Marchant, what's up there? How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Mr. Raider Mr. Raider Bear, I appreciate that. I've got Wolf on my head because I was just about to say, Bradley Wolf! Raider, have you heard any indicators that Diablo is ready to take the next step? Max is super high on his boy and has been hyping up his progression over the offseason. He was even talking about Divine Diablo last season. So this now, getting out of Josh McDaniels' doghouse and all his garbage, now with Antonio Pierce, Patrick Graham, and a full offseason and camp to get him right, I think he's going to be really valuable for us. I really do. I like Divine Diablo. He's right at that age. He's still young, but he's like a young veteran. You know what I mean? And so now we just have to catch his mind up with his ability. You know, and once we do that, it's over. And I think we can do that with him. I really do. I think he's shown improvement every year. Has it been steady, you know, like we would like? No, I thought he stuttered, you know, a little bit, you know, the year before last. But this year, I think he can put it together. Can they still pick up someone on free agency? Anna, yes. They can still bring in someone from free agency. There are guys out there, but I think money, cap space, and things like that are decisions they have to look at. For example, if they want a certain player, let's say Xavier Howard, the hot defensive back that's leaving the Miami Dolphins, okay? If they want him, they have to calculate what is it going to cost them and how much are they going to have to pay him. Is that going to affect their cap or paying someone else on the roster? Or are they going to be able to cover all that? Or do they decide to roll the dice and risk it and go over and just pay the luxury tax at the end of the year? Which, if you have a great season and you win in the playoffs or go to the Super Bowl, then, you know, paying that off is nothing. Bear, I heard that the NFL might get rid of OTAs. It's been talked about. They're already talking about, though, there's also a correlation between injuries during the season because players aren't practicing enough. And what people don't understand, and people who understand football, who really know football, are going to applaud me for saying this. And those of you who don't know this should applaud me for learning this. And here it is. Lots of applauding the bear. The injuries during the season, there were so many of them, and they were spread all throughout the league, and that was what the teller was. See, at first, I started to wonder, is it our strength and conditioning program? Is there something wrong in our gym with the people that we have hired to both get our players stronger, but also keep them healthy? I thought maybe it was an internal problem for us. Find out, no. It's because in reality, they've cut down on practices. They've cut down on how long they have to practice. And so guys just aren't getting as football hard as they normally did. Back in the day, and by back in the day, I mean like literally 2010, 2020, All that period, we were doing that, practicing, everybody running around it. And then we had a few players have heart attacks. And then they got really concerned in the news, and it becomes a PR thing. And then what happens is the NFL looks at the PR thing, and then they make a decision. Is this going to get so big and so many people are going to know about concussions that we have to start designing our helmets differently to look like we're doing something about CTE? Or, practices. Our practice is too long. Oh, they're out in the sun too long. Guys are dying. Okay, we're going to, decrease practice. Now guys don't come in as hard. They don't come in as ready, as tone, and they go out there and they get hurt. I hate it because the only solution to me is keep the same amount of practices, but do them indoors in facilities that are air conditioned and controlled, and then keep them hydrated. After that, I don't want to hear about it. These are whiny rich people. Do you guys want a foot rub right before practice and a butt rub just before, halftime, and then another loving grabbing of the back and the neck and just rub everywhere? Get out of here, you bunch of babies. Go get in the ice. We will sign a quarterback if someone doesn't step up. Chris, I don't know if it's stepping up or if we're going to have the money for the guys that we would have to pay for it to matter. You know what I mean? You got to pay the money if you want a guy like Xavier Howard. If you want Stephen Gilmore, you got to pay the money. If you don't want to pay the money, then you won't get a guy like that. You'll get a guy. We'll get the next Eli Apple. The free agent assassin for hire. Dustin King! It's my brother right there. A veteran that's not old, exactly. Glenn, we do need that, but I think that they think they got that in Brandon Faison and Sam Webb. I'm serious. These coaches know those guys. Patrick Graham knows them from time with the Giants. They know those guys and they trust them. So I think they may go with them. Why do the Raiders to Cowboys quarterback first? It was Dak. Now I heard something about a Trey Lance trade, and is there any truth to Judon coming to Las Vegas? Okay, I'll go last first. Matthew Judon, there is legitimate rumors that the Raiders are trying to get Matthew Judon. If you add him into the locker room as a linebacker, it's over. Now, why do I say it's over when we still have a problem at cornerback? Because all we would need is warm bodies at cornerback. And what I mean by that is we would have a friggin' roadhouse bank robbers, ball breaking badasses all up and down the defensive line with linebackers and linemen that are vicious, that create pressure, that are going to create sacks. This defense, right before our eyes, went from, I'm not sure if we have something, to terrifying like that. And now it's just a matter of Aiden O'Connell seeing what he has. He's going to beat out Gardner Minshew. Okay? He's going to beat out Gardner Minshew. I'm just saying. He's going to beat out Gardner Minshew. Now, why do I say that? When I just got off the air, a few days ago, I was talking about Gardner Minshew has just as much chance as AOC, and he does. But the difference is that the team itself and the coach itself have given Aiden O'Connell, vote of confidence, which in some instances means, but not in this instance. In this instance, they want the young kid to get an opportunity to really go all the way and win something for us. Okay, now the Trey Lance thing, I think all that's boo-boo. Anything about Trey Lance is garbage. See, what happened was the Niners got bamboozled by the Chicago Bears into moving all the way up and getting Trey Lance. It was a stupid move that they made because it was stupid. All right, so now they get stupid Dallas to bite on it, thinking, well, he's an athlete. Look at his height. He's strong. Look at the tape on him. Yada, 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 against bad teams in lower divisions. And so the Cowboys bring him in, find out he sucks, and then they panic because they don't have someone they can lean on and try to do what Green Bay did and just go right to Love and start winning games. He's not ready for that. And I would argue he never will be. So Trey Lance and that whole experiment and Dallas doesn't have a quarterback. Dallas doesn't have a quarterback. For the first time in a long time, Dallas doesn't have a quarterback. And you know I'm right. There are all sorts of scenarios where you can have two quarterbacks, and when you have two, that means you have none. It's an old football saying. You could argue the Raiders have two quarterbacks, so they have none. But we all know that AOC was the starter last year. So he's coming back to try to get that starting job back. And he has stiff competition behind him in Gardner Minshew. That's it. And I like that. We all like that. It's just the problem is, as Raider fans, we're not used to coaching staffs doing the right thing and being smart. But Antonio Pierce's call to go out there and get Gardner Minshew is genius, because you want someone that makes AOC feel like, man, I got to work hard. I can't just sit here and be the starter. I got to lift weights. I got to get stronger. I got to get my completion percentage up. I got to learn these plays, so I can audible on my own and hurt the defense, etc., etc. Gardner Minshew makes him feel pressure. Do you see what I'm saying? And Derek Carr never had that. He was always just a gifted athlete that was given the keys to the Ferrari and told, go get him, kid, with no pressure on his back. So he couldn't develop. He couldn't get better. And then mix and match 100 different coaches and different defenses changing and blah, 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 blah. Bear, looking at our schedule until the bye week, pending injuries, of course, the absolute worst case scenario I see is 5-4 with possible losses to the Ravens, Steelers, Chiefs, Bengals. But I think we get at least 2 of those games. I don't think the Steelers want anything to do with us. With respect to Steeler Bell, I don't think the Steelers are going to want anything to do with us. And then the Ravens, I agree with you. The Chiefs, unfortunately, I know they're good, and we do kind of have their number right now, but if anything, that pissed them off. Now they're going to take us even more seriously. And I don't like the Bengals. I don't like the Bengals. If you notice, the Bengals are regressing, and it's because their quarterback can't stay healthy. And that's not taking a shot at him. That's not insulting him. And, that's how people act nowadays. If someone goes on a show and says a guy is starting to look like he's a washed-up, injury, has been, that's just an opinion. I don't see it for Joe Burrow. And when he goes out there, does his hair flow and look perfect? Oh, yeah. He's got that $1 million smile, good-looking kid. Oh, yeah. Got all that stuff. Good arm, knows plays, can move around a little bit. He's got it all. And he breaks like glass. Just leg stuff, arm stuff, neck stuff. He's just not tough. He's just not tough. I don't mean any disrespect toward the guy. I'm not a Bengals anything. I'm not even interested, let alone not a fan. But he breaks. Jennifer Cola, what's up? Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Reyes Antonio, what's good, brother? Welcome to the show. Appreciate that. AOC is the guy, in my opinion. Glenn, I think he's going to win it out. Yeah, Trey Lance is garbage. And Dallas has to just accept that there's always someone who buys a melon, and then there's always someone that buys the melon from the dummy who bought the melon originally. And then after that, that's it. Everyone knows it's a melon now. You're not making any moves with Trey Lance. Everyone in the league is like, no, not that guy. I can't believe I used to get into arguments with Niner Beto about whether that guy was going to be good or not. I'm like, dude, are you serious? He played in a little tinkery Christian league against little wee dwarfs, and he was the man against little wee dwarfs in a little wee single A division. Oh, but Trey Lance, he's going to dominate. They're going to call the Bay Area Trey area when he's finished. I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm sorry. I had to say it again. Let's see. Jennifer Cola said, we need something we've struggled with for a long time. A team that plays as a cohesive unit that stems from the leadership getting back to a commitment to excellence. Look at Jennifer over there. Goodness gracious. Hasn't been here for days and drops knowledge on everybody. Thank you, Jennifer. I agree yet again with our Raiderette when she says that it is about the leadership from the top. The players have to see the coach and the owner say, we know you got this. You got it right here, and you got it from us. We're letting you know we got your back. Your contracts are done. You're solid. We're going to take care of your life. Now go out there and crush people. You know what I mean? And that right now is exactly how Max Crosby feels. And try to remember, guys, he was already a flying Tasmanian devil. And then we went over to him with some extra steaks and went, "Here, boy, that's for being a good boy." Hell, he almost bit me on that one. What? I'm just in a good mood. But and they gave him, a little bit extra. So Max, he's going to be jacked. I mean, as if, we didn't know that. But what we have to realize is have we seen the best of Max Crosby? Oh, that's what's scary about it, guys. See, when we watch normal players ascend from rookie to year 1, year 2, and so on, we usually like Nate Hobbs. Nate Hobbs had us excited. When Nate Hobbs first came to us, he was just plucky, trying to learn, running around the field, had to learn a few things, but showed promise as a hitter. Strong, good feet, good speed, has the whole package. And he's come along and we see it. But I mean, he's not the best in the league or anything like that. He's just real good. He's real good for us. I can tell you right now, I love what we're doing, but Max Crosby is ascending. He's still getting better, guys. I would be willing to bet you he's going to have one of the crazier years of his life this coming year. Now, why do I predict this? Most of you probably already get it, but with the fact that he's going to be sharing the field now with Christian Wilkins, the pickup we got from the Dolphins, I mean, of all the moves we've made, even the offensive line stuff, even the stuff with the offensive line from the draft, of all the moves we've made, Christian Wilkins is the one. Because that guy is going to demand that the other guys keep up with him. And he's going to tell the other big mooses at defense, with the big butts that cannot lie, you got to take those guys at defensive tackle, and he's going to tell them, come on, we're going to the next level now. Let's go. We have that kind of guy at defensive tackle. Now do you see what I'm saying? He's one of those guys where I'm telling you, he's going to come in like a commando and go, Raiders! Oh, he had a good one right from day one. I was like, damn, somebody was born to be a Raider. And he got me fired up on his. So, Christian Wilkins, Kuntz on the end, Malcolm Kuntz on the end, coming off 8 sacks in 9 games. That's incredible. He almost averaged a sack a game. Okay? Coming off of confusion at head coach, not getting snaps, or when he does get snaps, very few, and then he gets pulled, you know what I mean, with McDaniels in his ear, cussing him out and telling him he sucks, not letting him go out for the rest of the game sometimes. And then you get Antonio Pierce who says, go twist necks. And then when he makes a mistake or he jumps off sides, he turns around and looks at coach, expecting the coach to say, get in here. And instead he says, no, man, put your hand on the ground and go kill that guy. So the Antonio Pierce effect is real, and it's going to stay real. For real. That's too many reals. Bear, what a game are you absolutely going to attend? I want to try to meet up with you if possible. Right on, Bradley. I appreciate that. Vegas Chiefs game. Yeah. Kansas City, Vegas, us on the up and come, trying to shut them down. Got to bring a little bit of Raider Bear karma to that game. And little Mama Bear, of course. Bobby Ware, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. You and your wife have been posting the best pictures lately. Your kids are just getting so big and beautiful. Congratulations, brother. Why is our schedule so tough? Call all the time. Glenn Medina, honestly, nerds will tell you that it's analytics this and that they take the teams and they look at their strength of schedule and then they blah, 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 blah. What I notice, though, is we always have a tough schedule. That's all I know, is they spit it out of their stupid computer and it says tough schedule for the Raiders. And I really don't have a problem with that. I've said it many times, Glenn. I would rather fight in a dogfight, get in the pit of death and fight like Conan than go, ooh, it's cool, nah. Whoops. Oh, that was just this, huh? Yeah, that was just my mic. Sorry, that was just my headphones. My headphones. Okay, there. Sorry, my headphones were going out there. But yeah, yeah. Our schedule's tough, but it's going to produce a tougher team. You know what I mean? That's essentially what I was getting at. I don't like soft schedules. I see no advantage to, fighting guys with squirt guns, and then all of a sudden now it gets to the playoffs and you're not ready to hit hard, to go, be the fastest, read things quickly and go. Because you don't get forced to do that against bad teams in soft schedules. We should have competition in all phases of the game on both sides of the ball. Tommy Eichenberg's going to win a spot. If it's not this year, it's going to be next year. I'd almost guarantee it. He's going to gain weight. We're going to look at him and we're going to think of Bill Romanowski. And hopefully he can play like him. And if he does, we have something there. But I like Tommy Eichenberg. I have a lot of faith in what that kid can do. I really do. I think we may all be genuinely surprised with him. Now, don't forget, when Max Crosby came into the league and we picked him up, guys, he looked like a wide receiver. I mean, he was stick thin. He had that guy from that metal band in the 80s kind of hair. You know what I mean? Come on, feel the noise. No, it's not that one. It's Parents or something like that. I don't know my rock guys from the 80s. I'm not that old. But, we'll see. I mean, but Glenn, we couldn't put anything around him. We kept rotating chairs at quarterback or at coach, excuse me. And the owner was an idiot. It just didn't go well. Joe Burrow is a tin man. Yeah. George Prieto, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. I think Garner is better. He knows how to move out of the pocket and complete passes without interceptions. I think he is a new style of a snake stabler. George Prieto, welcome to the show. Maybe in appearance. I don't think so in football acumen. That a lot of people forget. Stabler was, he was a little bit of a surgeon. He picked teams apart. It wasn't just he just threw the ball deep and Raiders caught the ball and did things with it. The guy was surgical. He had to throw inside interior passes sometimes. You know what I mean? Ted Blitnikoff going across, back and forth. You know what I mean? Hitting him right in his hand, sometimes a little high, just to make sure he's the only one to come down with it, because he was a hell of a leaper, even though he wasn't a terribly tall guy. When he went up for the ball, he came down with it. So I think that Gardner Minshew, though, now that we've talked about it, George, I think he's nice. I really do. I think he has a chance, but I think he's going to be R2. I really do. I think Aiden O'Connell has what it takes. I really do. And I think that he's going to be the kind of quarterback that beats teams by being fast. He's going to make decisions and bow, make decisions and bow. You know what I mean? The ball's going to come out quick, 3 to 5 seconds max, and the ball's going to come out. Cars the melon. We can beat the Chiefs and the Bengals and the Steelers. Troy Gill, of course we can. I know we can get at least one from all of those guys. Oscar De Leon, Bear, do you think that we'll use Minshew in the preseason? Oscar De Leon, I think that they'll want to feature them both. I think that Aiden O'Connell would be first. Say, for example, in the second or third preseason game, they'll have Aiden O'Connell come out first. In the very first game, though, you probably go with Gardner Minshew because you want to kind of break the ice with the other guy. And then number 2 and 3, you start with AOC, let him show what he's worth, and then you let Gardner Minshew come behind him to see if he can do better with the same stuff he was working with. But you have to be careful with that kind of stuff because when they're in those preseason games, they're playing against a lot of guys that, they're not going to have a job the next day. They're going to be at Walmart. They're going to be at Home Depot, or wherever else, the post office. And so they're going to want to make these big hits. They're going to want to make big plays. They're going to take risks. And that kind of stuff gets guys injured. You know what I mean? And so you don't really want your premium players out on the field. And we're talking about our 1 and 2 quarterbacks. So they're going to see the field. They're going to see snaps, but it's going to be pretty limited, I would guess. Trey Trash. He was Trey Trash. Sebastian Soto de Leon says Max is coming for vengeance after not getting a vote for the Defensive Player of the Year. Sebastian, welcome to the show. Great dogs. Wow, those are nice. I would say to you, honestly, he never had a shot at it. The only way it was going to happen is if he led the league in sacks. That's it. He leads in pressures. You know what I mean? And that's a great stat, but it's not a stat that the fans, the majority of fans would put sacks ahead of, hurries. And so he's only going to win if he beats him in sacks. And even there, he'd probably have to have a lot more. You know what I mean? Like, if he finishes with 16 and TJ Watt finishes with 15, they may give it to TJ Watt just because he has a few more tackles or something like that. And they'll go, oh, well, look. Mr. Bear, I am glad you're underestimating my Steelers. That tasted terrible. One time for you, Steeler Val. Jim Vanderlyn, let's see, and our last 8 games are fairly easy. The only possible losses I see are the Dolphins and the Chiefs, because both of those are on the road, but we'll beat the Chiefs at least once this season. Jim, I'm with you on that, and I honestly, I don't like to be cliche, but I would predict that we'll beat the Chiefs on the road game. That's right. See, I know most people want to go with the home game. For some reason, our guys seem to like going into KC and just really sticking it to Andy Reid just before he goes to Krispy Kreme. And did you see what my Deadpool Raider is doing to my Mama Bear? Can you believe that? I'm going to have a talk with Deadpool Raider. Even his stuffy is naughty. It's not good. Mama Bear thought it was hilarious. I told her to take it down and she wouldn't. There's nothing. He's clever. Nothing in my coffee. Max will make defensive believe just what and see this year. Glenn, I agree with that. He's definitely the leader of the men. My only concern with Wilkins will draw flags since the refs already watch every move we make. And you also had our coach start talking about the Jordan rules, and that got the ears perked up by the NFL. I'm telling you honestly, from the research I've done and other reporters I've been reading about, and they agree with me on this, I promise you, the league kind of threatened the Raiders when we came out and said that we're going to use the Jordan rules against Patrick Mahomes. And the reporter said to Antonio Pierce, what does that mean? And he said it means the quarterback's got to go down. He's got to go down a lot, and he's got to go down hard. And all of a sudden now there's just this earthquake of, whoa, did he just threaten? Yeah, it's a bounty. He just declared a bounty on Patrick Mahomes. The league. The league with it's become, it's not just that the league's become soft, the league has made the fans soft. Now, I mean, not us, Raider Nation. I'm not talking about us, okay? I'm just basically saying, you got people taking a lot of nonsense, you know what I mean? Just a lot of nonsense that makes no sense. We can absolutely beat them on the road. And I don't think we'll get called for too much. I just think it's unfair. Reyes Antonio said Parham is looking to start at guard. Reyes, he may end up getting it, but that only means we have all the more depth now with the moves we've made, both in free agency and in this last draft. Bear, Davis gets big kudos for the way he honored the late, great Jim Otto. Thoughts? Bradley Wolf, I agree. From what I understand, he kind of consulted with other Raider greats and then did what he did. I thought it was good. And it was nice to see Mark Davis get something right. You know what I mean? Because I'm one of the first to run out when I think he's done something and he makes us look stupid. But in this case, I would say good job to him. Marvin Suarez, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Bear, if you came to KC, make sure you get in contact with KC Raider Nation. We have discounted hotel rooms, blocks for our Raider fam coming in from out of town. Along with that, I'm the local plug on the cheapest Ticketmaster verified tickets for the game for about 7 years now. We party in Lot N annually. Oakland spirit lives through us down in KC. Come experience it. Raiders! Don't get me all fired up like that. Did I just get an invite, Marvin Suarez? Mama Bear! Pack the bags! Pack the bags! Because she knows I'm unusually crazy, she's going to come in and clarify what the hell I meant by that. And in 3, 2, 1. What, Mama Bear?
I didn't hear you.
I was just saying pack the bags, because when we go out to see KC against Vegas, it's on. But if we ever make our way out to KC, our guy Marvin Suarez is going to have blocked off seats for hotels and seats at the game, and he's going to have all the parties, and he said he's going to have male and female stripper rooms over here and over there, people swinging from the chandelier, monkeys with special effects and fireworks. It's tomorrow night. We're going to go.
Oh, yeah, right.
It was Twisted Sister and D. Snyder. Mark Vargas! What does he do? He wins the gold today, and then he figures out who I was talking about with Max Crosby and his locks. He looked ridiculous. I remember that first year Max came out with that hair, and I was like, no. But I shut up when I saw how he played football, though. We need 10 or more wins to make it to the playoffs. It's to prove it year for AP, at least for me. Raider Miguel, welcome to the show. Great tattoo. And I would say this to you, brother. I don't feel like it's a make or break year for Antonio Pierce. We've changed head coach far too many times already. This is already our third just in Vegas. Come on. That's crazy. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't have got rid of Josh McDaniels. I mean, that was you had to do it. Whether it made us look bad or it was 3 or 4 or 5 coaches, who cares? You had to get rid of that guy. But now that we have someone in that most of us feel is competent, I feel like we should give him a chance. I just feel like we should give him a chance. And to me, that means 3 years minimum. Minimum. Now, in the old days, everyone got 4. So I'm being easy, and I'm saying for this youngster internet, people who have a very short attention span, I'm going to say 3 years, because he probably would get 3 years. And not including what he did with Josh McDaniels, that'll be looked at as an interview. Okay, this will be year 1. He'll get next season. That's an opportunity to flush almost everyone off the roster that he might want off, to get on enough backup bring-in guys that are just his picks, to where now he feels like, okay, I'm here. It's year 2 for me, 2.5, and now I'm gonna make a real push. So let's see what happens. Because to be honest with you guys, I don't want to pull the plug on the bathwater. Everybody's in. It's warm. All of Raider Nation is feeling good. We're sudsing up, and it's nice. But you have to understand, Zamir White could pop his hamstring like that, or his Achilles, and our season would be in dire straits. Because although I like the other running back we brought in, Madison, that we brought in from the Vikings, and he is nice, but he's not a big guy. He's more of almost like a wide receiver build at running back. And I like him. He's tough. He's rock solid. He's got everything you want in a running back. But he's not the starter for a reason. And I don't want to see him go out there and suddenly we're having problems because we couldn't get Zamir White on the field and blah, 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 blah. Craig Gilmore says Wilkins will make Crosby an MVP. I'm going to agree with that. But I'm also going to say, though, if he doesn't win MVP, it would be Defensive Player of the Year. That'll be the fallback for the league, so that they don't look like they're intentionally doing this to him. Armando Medrano, it's because it's always Raiders against the NFL. Thanks to Al Davis. I wouldn't have it any other way. I happen to agree. Jennifer Cola, we do need to stop playing predictable. I agree. That was a great comment. Marvin Suarez, I need your info. I'm at blah, blah, blah. Marvin Suarez, you should be talking to Tony Carpenter Evans. There's our comment. Bold prediction, pending injury. Like Jim said, I think we go 12-5. 11-6. I'm thinking 11-6. And I don't think it'll be because of injury, although I did just say what I said about Zamir White. Zamir White's had problems with both his Achilles, on his right and his left, guys. Okay, now no matter how much we like him, and last year he really blew my mind. I know you guys will remember the game he ran for 145 yards, and I think it was 2 touchdowns. I mean, I don't care what defense, whether it was the worst defense or the best defense, you run for 145 and 2 touches. That's man work. That is man work. That's getting hit a lot. You know what I mean? Remember, you're averaging him, especially somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 to 4 yards a carry. And then he got a bust out 15-yarder here, 15-yarder there. You know what I mean? Then I know he had one other big one. But still, to finish with 145, I mean, that's incredible. But if he goes down, we'd probably have problems. I think Mark Davis got his girlfriend right. Eric Jett is not his girlfriend. She's just some social media kook. I'm down to go to KC. Tickets are cheaper there. Yeah, right? Even with the plane flight, I think it would be cheaper. Correnda! True! Hello! Appreciate the love on the stars. And remember, stars given to the show are guaranteed to go to charities all over the world. And we happen to work with some that go all over the world. And we're working with one now in Arizona. But forgive me, I can't remember the name. We only just recently got on with them. I'm sorry. Mama Bear knows the name, though. She did all the business part of that. Needs better in running back room. Well, I don't think we need to get better in the running back room. I just hope we use our guy correctly. Because remember, don't we still have that guy McConkey or McCroskey or whatever his name is? I can't think of it. McMerriman or a little running back. I'm being so mean. But I like that kid. And then, everybody knows I love Dylan Laube. And Dylan Laube handled it too. Although Dylan Laube is going to be a real part of our offense. I'm just telling you all right now, get excited. We're going to have a little underneath guy that's just like Hunter Renfrow. But when Hunter Renfrow's gone, he's going to get those plays. And this guy is better, I'm telling you. He's great in space. He has great hands. He can catch the ball like a wide receiver. But he makes moves and he sets up blocks like a running back. And I'm telling you, I'm excited, okay? Ready? Listen. His vision. You know what vision means, right? Vision is when you're running around the field and you can see that guy over here that's 5 yards away and he's closing and he's got just the right angle, and without looking at him, I can feel him and spin off him. He has that. You know what I mean? He has that way of seeing the blocks, seeing who is where, and then he maneuvers guys. And it's like he almost makes his blockers into a labyrinth. And I know it sounds funny. I'm exaggerating it. But he looks like he's riding a wave. Dylan Laube is so dope. Just go watch some of the highlights of Dylan Laube, and I promise you, you'll see what I mean. The guy has this way. He catches the ball, and then he's like he's in the Matrix. He doesn't panic. He doesn't go slow, but he doesn't suddenly burst forward. He catches the ball, then he tucks it away and takes a look and sees what's what. And then he starts using his blockers. If he doesn't have blockers, he gives them a little wiggle. And then he always leans forward at the end of every play so he knows he's getting the most from what he did in that play. And I love Dylan Laube. I think he's going to be a huge part of what we do next year. What's up, you guys? It's raining here, and I don't have to work tomorrow. Guess my job for the state. Erman Gonzalez Jr., good night, Raider Bear. Good night, brother. Welcome. Have a good night, brother. We are going to be very good, Eric. Well said. The best talent doesn't matter on a team where there's no synergy. The players need to be used together to complement their strengths, not random talent that has no backup. Alexa, resume. Jennifer Cola, I can't top that. I love your comment. Alexa, start the song from the beginning. There, that's better. And now, without further ado, alright, that's my show, guys. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force, for all you do. The energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice. Active and veteran, much love. One more, hide the dogs, shut the doors and the windows. Raiders! All right, that's my show. Much love. I'll see you soon. R8RBEAR family page. Peace!